The Speech Perception Instructional Curriculum and Evaluation, SPICE, is an auditory training curriculum for deaf children using cochlear implants or hearing aids. It was developed as part of a 6-year sensory aids study conducted at Central Institute for the Deaf and funded through a grant from the National Institute of Deafness and Other Communication Disorders. The authors are Jean Moog, Principal of the School and Director of Deaf Education at CID, Julia Biedenstein, Coordinating Teacher in the school, and Lisa Davidson, School Audiologist. The SPICE kit contains a manual, rating forms, sets of picture cards to be used for listening activities, a listening box filled with toys for use with younger children, an acoustic training hoop for covering the speaker's mouth, and this instructional videotape which provides videotaped samples of many of the suggested instructional activities. The 200-page manual describes the theoretical bases upon which the curriculum was based, general procedures for instruction, and specific descriptions of many instructional activities. The rating form lists the goals and objectives in the expected order of development. The listening skills listed on the rating form are divided into 4 categories: detection, suprasegmental perception, vowel and consonant perception, and connected speech. The SPICE rating form is designed for evaluating a child at the beginning of each school year or when the child first comes for therapy. The box on the right illustrates how to mark the child's skills on the rating form. Acquired skills are marked with a full X, as is shown for the first skill, responds to any speech, and for the next skill, responds to name. Selected objectives are marked with a partial X, as marked for responds to all 6 sounds. The date for acquired skills is written in the space to the left of the rating box for that skill. Once the child's present skill level has been rated with an X, the next higher skills in each section are selected as instructional objectives. As a child acquires new skills, these are marked on the rating form, and the date acquired is written in the designated place. When appropriate, new objectives are selected. The detection skills are listed on the first page. Typically, children acquire all the skills listed for detection before beginning work in the areas listed on the inside pages of the rating form. Also on the first page of the rating form is a listing of the vowel and consonant groupings, which are helpful in selecting goals and objectives at each skill level as explained in the manual. On the inside 2 pages, goals are listed for suprasegmental perception, vowel and consonant perception, and connected speech. Each of these is listed as a vertical strand, and a child is expected to work on these skills in parallel. Instruction in listening to connected speech is begun when the child has developed about half of the skills listed in the vowel and consonant perception section. It is appropriate to begin work on these at about the time the child is working on identification of words differing in vowels and consonants in sets of 8. The last page of the rating form provides a space for general comments regarding the child's progress and learning style. In this videotape, 18 sample activities will be demonstrated, which are appropriate for practicing listening skills in all 4 categories on the SPICE rating form.
She said, "Is my cape all right?"
Detection is the very first listening skill category. Before a child can be expected to perceive differences among words, phrases, and sentences, there must be evidence of detection. The child must demonstrate awareness and consistently respond to a variety of speech stimuli, and must demonstrate awareness of the onset and termination of speech. For detecting speech, there are 3 objectives. Get the child to respond to any speech sounds. Get the child to respond to his or her name. Get the child to respond to 6 sounds across the speech spectrum. The first segment demonstrates all 3 objectives in the detection section under Goal A, detecting speech in a lesson setting. The task is first presented audiovisually to ensure that the child understands and can perform the task before presenting the stimuli in the auditory-only mode. An acoustic screen is used to cover the speaker's mouth so that the sound is not impeded.
Good.
In this activity, 4-year-old Ryan, who is 1 week post-implant, is expected to respond when he hears the teacher's voice. The stimuli are repetitive syllables, the Ling 6 sounds, and the child's name. Stacking rings are used as reinforcers.
Ryan, I want you to listen, okay? Here. Okay, Ryan. Ryan. Ba 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 ba. Put it on. Ba 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 ba. Okay, good boy. Now you're going to listen. Ba 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 ba. Good. Da 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 da. Good boy. Ah. Okay. E. Shh. Ooh. Good boy. S. Okay, let's do that. Listen. Listen. S. Okay. Ryan. Good boy, Ryan. That's you. Good job.
The next segment demonstrates an activity for practicing the objectives listed under Detection, Goal B, indicate onset and termination in a lesson. The stimuli used are repetitive syllables and connected speech. Kayla, who is 7 years old, 1 month post-implant, manipulates a puppet's mouth to indicate when the stimuli begin and end.
I'm going to make the puppet talk. Watch. Ba, 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 ba. See? Okay. Af, 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 af. Okay, now it's your turn. You want to put on the puppet? Okay. Here you go. Ready?
Ba.
My turn. You listen. That's okay. You listen. Ready? Ba, 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 ba. Good girl. All right, you ready? Af, 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 af. Good. Ready? One more. One more. She, she. Good. Good girl. Okay, now this time you have to listen. Okay, are you ready? Ba, 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 ba. Good. Af, 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 af. Good. Shoo, 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 shoo. Good. Ma, 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 ma. Good girl. My name is Kayla. I live in St. Louis. Good girl. I am wearing blue jeans. Good girl. I have blonde hair. Good. I am playing with a funny puppet. Good girl.
The suprasegmental section lists skills which require the child to differentiate speech sounds according to their patterns. The stimuli differ from each other in terms of duration, stress, and/or intonation. Once a child demonstrates ability to detect speech sounds and to indicate onset and termination of speech, the goal is to discriminate between two stimuli differing in duration, stress, and/or intonation. Once a child demonstrates ability to discriminate between two choices, the set size is increased to 3. The next segment illustrates an activity for developing Goal B, Objective 1, differentiating among a continuous sound, a discrete sound, and an intermittent sound. Ryan is shown here 1 week post-implant using toys from the Spice listening box. For each item in the set presented, there is an associated sound, and the task is to identify the item for the sound presented. In each set of toys presented, there is 1 continuous sound, 1 discrete sound, and 1 intermittent sound.
Okay, Ryan, we're going to listen, okay? Look, this is boo. Boo. Okay? Ryan, shh. Shh. Okay? Tick tock, tick tock. Tick tock, tick tock. Okay? Now it's your turn. Ryan, shh. Which one? Okay, good job. Ryan, tick tock, tick tock. Good job. Okay. Ryan, boo. Yeah, boo. Can you tell me boo? Ryan, boo.
Boo.
Okay. I want you to listen. Boo.
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 Okay. Ryan, listen. Shh. Uh-huh. Tick tock, tick tock. Good job. All right, now you're going to listen. You ready? Tick tock, tick tock. Uh-huh. Good. What is that? What is that? Good job. Ryan. Boo. Uh-huh.
Boo.
Good boy. Ryan. Shh. Uh-huh. Okay, good job. Boo.
Boo.
Good. Tick tock, tick tock. Okay, good for you. What's that? Tick tock, tick tock. Good.
Objective 2 is for the child to identify among a word, a phrase, and a sentence. Objective 3 requires a child to identify among sentences differing in duration, stress, and/or intonation in sets of 3. The next segment illustrates an activity for developing Objective 4. Objective 4 requires the child to identify among words differing in number of syllables. David is 3 years old and is 6 months post-implant. In this activity, David is expected to identify from among a set of 3 objects, in which the objects in the set differ in number of syllables, as in the first set, which is car, hot dog, ice cream cone. Each time a 1-syllable word is removed from the set, another 1-syllable word replaces it, and a 2-syllable word replaces a 2-syllable word, and so forth. This provides a continuous changing set for David.
David, I want you to point to the ice cream cone, or the hot dog, or the car. Okay? Okay. Hot dog. What's that?
Apple.
Good. Hot dog.
Apple.
Ice cream cone.
Apple.
Ice cream cone.
Apple.
Oops. Ice cream cone.
Oh.
One more time. Ice cream cone.
Oh.
Car.
Car.
That's right. Good. Car.
Car.
Good boy. All right, David, I want you to listen. Hot dog. What's that?
Apple.
Good. Put it in the basket. Put the hot dog in the basket. Car. What's that? Listen. Car.
Car.
Good boy. Okay, put it in the basket. Ice cream cone. What's that?
Apple.
Good. Ice cream cone.
Apple.
Oh, ice cream cone.
Apple.
Okay, put it in the basket. Boat. What's that?
Bowl.
Yeah, that's a boat.
Bowl.
Airplane. Whoops, what's that?
Apple.
Good, an airplane.
Apple.
Okay, put it in the basket.
The next segment illustrates an activity for developing Objective 5, identifies among songs and nursery rhymes. Songs and nursery rhymes are effective not only for developing listening skills, but also for developing good rhythm and intonation in the children's speech. Charlie, who wears a hearing aid, and Margot, who wears an implant, are working together in this activity. Both are 5-year-olds. They are manipulating toys to represent the action of the rhymes and songs, which makes the activity fun and interesting.
Okay, I'm going to sing a song. I want you to listen, okay? The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round. The bus. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. That itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Okay. Now I want you to listen. Charlie's turn. Ready? That itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Good job, Charlie. Can you sing?
Up the wall.
Nice job. Good job. Your turn. Listen. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. What do you think? Good job, Margot.
Mommy, Daddy, Mommy, E-I-E-O.
Good for you. Okay, good job. Charlie's turn. Ready? Listen. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round. Good, Charlie. Good for you. Okay. Can you sing? Round and round. Good. Round and round. Okay, Margot's turn. You ready? Listen. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Good. Can you sing? Good. Good job. Ready? Charlie. Listen. Charlie, listen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Good job. Can you sing?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Good job. Okay. Oh, good for you.
Once a child is able to differentiate among 3 choices, the difficulty of the task is increased by requiring identification from a set of 4 or more items. The activities to achieve this goal are similar to those for Goal B, but the sets are increased to 4. Goal D requires a child to differentiate among sentences with similar duration but differing in stress and intonation. First, the child must discriminate between 2 stimuli, and then the child differentiates among 3 stimuli. The next activity is designed to work on identification of sentences with similar duration, but differing in stress and/or intonation in sets of 3. Kevin, age 5, wears hearing aids, and in this activity, he is identifying among 3 sentence cards.
Kevin, you ready? I want you to listen, okay? Megan had a red balloon. Oh no, the red balloon popped. The balloon went up, up, up. Okay? Your turn. I want you to show me. Show me. Megan had a red balloon. Can you tell me?
Red balloon.
Megan had a red balloon.
Red balloon.
Good job. Show me. The balloon went up, up, up. Good. Can you tell me?
Balloon went up, up.
Up, up, up.
Up, up, up.
Nice job, Kevin. Show me. Oh no, the red balloon popped. Good.
Red balloon went
Oh,
pop.
listen. Oh no,
I know. But that balloon pop.
the red balloon popped.
Red balloon pop.
Okay, good job. Now I want you to listen. Okay, listen. The balloon went up, up, up. Tell me.
Balloon went up, up.
Up, up, up.
Up, up, up.
Good job, Kevin. Listen, listen. Megan had a red balloon. Can you tell me?
Red balloon.
Megan had a red balloon.
Balloon had red balloon.
Good job. Listen. The balloon went up, up, up.
Balloon went up, up, up.
Good job. Listen. Oh no, the red balloon popped.
And the red balloon pop.
Good job, Kevin. Okay, good job.
For Goal E, the child is expected to identify sentences which are similar except for key words which differ in number of syllables. For Objective 1, the differing word occurs at the end of the sentence. For Objective 2, the differing word occurs in the middle of the sentence. For Objective 3, the sentences contain 2 differing words. Yermi is 13 years old and 9 months post-implant. He is able to read and write, so this paper and pencil task is appropriate. The segment demonstrates activities appropriate for working on Objective 1 and Objective 3. In the first task, Yermi differentiates words at the end of the sentence. In the second task, Yermi differentiates between the directives draw a circle around and underline, as well as among the words to be circled or underlined.
Okay, now you have to listen. Draw a circle around elbow. Very good. Okay, move the card down. Perfect. Draw a circle around cheeseburger. What is that?
Cheeseburger.
Very good. That's right. Okay. Draw a circle around shampoo.
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 Very good. Okay. Draw a circle around kick.
Cake.
Very good, that's right. Okay, bring it all the way over here. Okay, this time I'm going to make it a little bit harder. Maybe I will say draw a circle around sunburn. Or maybe I will say underline factory. You know what that means? What is underline? Very good. Okay, two things you have to listen to. Ready? Underline park. You want to listen again? Underline park. Very good. That's right. Great. Okay. Draw a circle around applesauce. Terrific. What is that?
Apple dash.
Very good. That's right. Ready? Draw a circle around grasshopper. Great. What is that?
Grasshopper.
Try that again.
Grasshopper.
Very good. Ready? Let's do one more. Underline shake. Terrific. What is that?
Shake.
Very good. You did a great job. Wonderful.
The next activity is a good one for young children working on Objective 3, identification of sentences with two differing words. Kate, age 3, is manipulating toys in response to directions given by the teacher. The possible subjects are Sam, Daddy, and Grandmother, each of different syllable length. And the possible objects of the prepositions are tree, sandbox, and swimming pool, also each of different syllable lengths. To manipulate the toys appropriately, Kate must understand both the subject of the sentence and the object of the preposition.
Kate, do you want to play a game?
Yes.
Tell me.
I want to play a game.
Okay, will you tell me who is that?
Mother.
Grandmother.
Mother.
And who is that?
Baby.
Daddy.
Daddy.
Who is that?
Them.
That's Sam.
Them.
Good girl. And what is that? Kate, what is that?
Them. Bath.
That's right, that's the sandbox. What's that?
Tree.
A tree. And what's that?
I don't pink.
Good, swimming pool.
The pink.
Nice job. Would you make Grandmother walk to the swimming pool? Okay, you do that. Good job, okay? Make Sam walk to the tree. Now I want you to listen, Kate. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Make Grandmother walk to the tree. Good girl. What happened?
To the tree.
Good job. Can you say walk?
Where
That's right, walk.
where
Okay, good job. I want you to listen. Make Daddy walk to the sandbox. Do you want to hear it again?
the
Okay. Make Daddy walk to the sandbox. Very nice. What happened, Kate?
to the sandbox.
Hey, listen. Daddy.
Baby.
Good girl. Make Grandmother walk to the swimming pool. What happened?
To the
Good job.
Vowel and consonant perception is the third listening skills category. The vowel and consonant perception section focuses instruction on perceiving differences in words and sentences based on differences in their vowels and consonants. Goals at this level require the child to differentiate among stimuli that have the same duration, stress, and intonation, and differ only in their vowels and consonants. Learning to differentiate among sounds based on their vowel and consonant content begins with discriminating between two and progresses to differentiating among 3, then 4, then 8. Goals for the vowel and consonant perception section are developed in parallel with the goals for the suprasegmental section. The next activity demonstrates practice in identification of all 6 sounds. Kayla, who is 7 years old, 1 month post-implant, is erasing the sounds said from a large set of sounds written on the board. The task ends when Kayla has erased all the sounds.
Are you ready? Look. What's this right here? Good girl, that's right. What about this? Uh-huh. Very good. Good. One more. How about this? Okay, now look. I'm going to say one. You point it to it and show me and say it for me, okay? Ooh. What is that? Good girl. E. Where is it? I'll watch again. Now that one, shh. Listen again, look. Very good, that's right. What is that? Good girl. Shh. Good for you. One more. Good. Okay, now this time I want you to listen. When I say it, you find it, and then you get to erase it. Okay? Ready? What is that? Good girl. Go ahead and erase it. You can stand up if you want. Yeah, you can erase it. Go ahead, erase it. Good girl. Good. Okay, ready? What is that? Good. That's right. Okay, ready? Kayla? E. What is that? Good. Kayla? Shh. Good. What is that? Good girl. Go ahead. You can stand up and come over here if you want.
Goal B requires identification of words of similar duration and differing in vowels and consonants. For example, the child is expected to differentiate among monosyllables or among multisyllabic words. Kilby, who is 7, is 1 year post-implant. She is identifying individual puzzle pieces, first in sets of monosyllables, then 2-syllable words, some of which are spondies and some of which are trochees, and then 3-syllable words, some of which differ in their stress patterns. The words used are those pictured as puzzle pieces, and the size of the sets vary according to the words available and to the teacher's knowledge of Kilby's skills. This activity illustrates a way to adapt an interesting toy for effective auditory practice at an appropriate skill level for the child.
All right, I'm going to tell you a word. You need to point to the puzzle, okay? All right. Egg. What is that? Egg.
Egg.
Good girl. Cheese.
Cheese.
Juice.
Juice.
Okay. Now I'm going to cover my mouth and you need to listen, all right? Okay. Juice.
Juice.
Good girl. Cheese.
cheese,
Good job. Egg.
carrot,
Egg.
girl,
Cheese.
cheese, cheese,
Good girl. Nice job. Egg.
egg,
Good girl. Juice.
juice,
Good girl. Where's the apple? Good girl. Cookie.
cookie,
Jello.
girl,
Good girl. Cupcake.
taco,
Okay, now you're going to have to listen, all right? Cupcake.
packet,
Good girl. Cookie.
cookie,
Apple.
apple,
Jello.
double,
Good girl. Cookie.
cookie,
Now we have ice cream cone, banana, hamburger. Kilby, hamburger. Good girl. Ice cream cone,
taco,
banana,
banana,
banana.
banana,
Okay, good girl. You need to listen. Banana,
banana,
hamburger,
hammer,
hamburger.
hamburger,
Good girl. Ice cream cone,
article,
ice cream cone.
article,
Good girl. Hamburger.
hammer,
Good girl. I'm going to pick a word, a picture. You have to put it back in the puzzle, okay? All right. Apple.
apple,
Good girl. Ice cream cone.
article,
Cookie.
cookie,
Egg.
egg,
Juice.
juice,
Good girl. Nice job.
In the next activity, printed word cards are used as stimuli for identification of words in sets of 8. Brandon, who is 13, and Holly, who is 12, are both 3 years post-implant. In this activity, they take turns identifying spondees in sets of 8.
Listen to my directions. I'm going to point to the word and say it. Don't look at me, you look at the word. Then I'm going to give you a word. When you point to the word, say the word, and then put it off to the side, and I will give you another one. And then it will be your turn, okay?
Okay.
Watch. Raincoat, bathtub, donut, seashell, mailman, baseball, cowboy, French fries. Your turn. Donut. Listen. Donut.
donut,
Good. Baseball.
baseball,
Good. French fries.
French fries,
Good. Raincoat.
raincoat,
Good. Good job. Seashell.
seashell,
Good. Mailman.
man,
Good. Shoelace. Listen, listen. Shoelace.
shoelace,
Good.
Goal C requires identification of monosyllabic words that have the same consonants but different vowels. For example, pie, pea, boat, boot, kite, cut. The SPICE manual suggests the first contrast to be used based on the formant and frequency content of the vowels. Goal D presents the most difficult contrasts, that is, monosyllables with the same vowels and differing only in consonants. In these sets of words, the vowel is kept constant and the initial and final consonants are different, such as boat, coat, bone, phone. Objective 3 is demonstrated in the next segment. The child must identify from among sets of 6 or more monosyllables, all having the same vowel. Valerie is 8 years old and 2 years post-implant. She identifies from among a set of 8 monosyllables, all of which contain the diphthong A.
Are you ready? Okay, first I want you to tell me the words and then you need to listen, all right? Can you tell me what that is? What is that?
Push,
Plate, good.
rake,
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 rake.
rake, grape,
Can you tell me this one again? Grapes, grapes.
grapes, snake,
Beautiful.
8,
Uh-huh,
tail,
good.
hit,
Very nice.
tail,
Very good. Okay, now I want you to listen to them, okay? Rake, plate, snake, grapes, tail, 8, jail, cake. Okay, kind of hard. Are you ready to really listen? Okay. Snake. What is that?
snake,
Perfect. Grapes.
place,
Listen again. Grapes.
race,
Listen again. Grapes.
grape,
Uh-huh, very good. Jail.
tail,
Perfect. Tail.
tail,
Uh-huh, good. 8.
place,
Listen again. 8.
8,
Uh-huh, good job.
8,
You're 8 years old? Wow, that's great. Rake.
rake,
Uh-huh, very good. Cake. Cake.
hit,
Great. Plate.
plate,
Very, very good.
Connected speech is the 4th listening skills category. Instruction in listening to connected speech is begun when the child has developed about half of the skills listed in the vowel and consonant perception section. Typically, children are ready to begin working at the connected speech level once they are able to identify words from among sets of 6 to 8 words, based on differences in their vowels and consonants. For Goal A, the child demonstrates comprehension of one key word embedded in a sentence, in which the words are similar in duration and stress, but differ in vowels and consonants. Objective 1 requires the child to identify sentences in which the differing word is at the end of the sentence. Objective 2 requires the child to identify sentences in which the differing word is in the middle of the sentence. Objective 3 requires the child to identify sentences in which there are 2 differing words. Joshua and Jewel are both 10 years old and they have both had their implants for 7 years. In this activity, they respond to directions in which they must identify 2 words. The sets from which they choose are large, and words of varying syllable length are used. At this level, it is neither necessary nor realistic to control every word used.
Okay, I'm going to tell you where to put some of the animals and people on the farm. Okay? Jewel, you want to go first?
No, we'll go first.
Joshua goes first? Okay. Joshua, let's see. Put the car on the road. Good job. What did you do?
I put the car on the road.
Great job. Okay, Jewel's turn. Put the horse in the grass?
The horse in the grass.
Good. What'd you do?
I put the horse in the grass.
Good. Horse.
Horse in the grass.
Great job. Okay, now I want you to listen. Okay, I want you to listen. Joshua. Put the pig in the pen.
The pen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great job. What'd you do?
I put the pin in the pen.
Good. Okay, Jewel. Put the farmer in the barn.
Put the farmer on the farm.
Listen again. Put the farmer in the barn.
Put the farmer in the farm.
Barn.
Barn.
Great job. Okay, super. Joshua, put the cow by the pond.
Put the cat by the pond.
Yes. Do you know where the pond is? Jewel, do you?
Here.
Yeah, that's right.
Eating the grass.
He's eating the grass? Okay. Okay, good job. Jewel, ready? Put the sheep by the house. Great, what did you do?
I put the sheep by the house.
House. Good job.
For goal B, in connected speech, the child is expected to identify from among practiced sentences. There is usually contextual support available, such as objects or pictures. The vocabulary and syntax used in the sentences are very familiar to the child, and typically the child has heard and practiced the sentences in other activities before they are used for auditory practice. Following is a segment of Lauren and Greg, who are both 6 years old and both wear hearing aids. In this activity, they are expected to identify sentences developed from a classroom experience which has been recorded as a chart story. Chart stories are useful for practicing speech and language as well as for developing auditory skills.
First, I'm going to tell you all the sentences and I want you to listen. Then it will be your turn to tell me, okay? This one. We walked to the pond so we could go fishing. Miss Sellover carried the fishing poles down to the pond. Nick helped Miss Finn put the worm on the hook. Dory did not want to go fishing in the pond. Nobody caught any fish because the worms fell off the hook. Okay? Oh, I don't think we'll do that one. All right, are you ready? Do you want to be first, Lauren? Ready? Nick helped Miss Finn put the worm on the hook. Okay?
Nick helped Finn put the worm on the hook.
Wow, that was really good. Good for you. Okay, Greg, are you ready? We walked to the pond so we could go fishing.
We walked to the pond so we can go fishing.
So we could go fishing.
So we can go fishing.
So we could go.
So we could go fishing.
Good for you. All right.
Once the child responds to and repeats familiar and practiced sentences, the next step is to converse using picture context. A picture provides cues about the topic being discussed. Patrick demonstrates this type activity in the next segment. Patrick is 10 years old and wears hearing aids. Patrick did not know what aspects of the picture would be discussed or what questions would be asked, but he did know that the discussion would focus on items and actions depicted in the picture.
Patrick, I'm going to ask you some questions about this picture, okay? And I want you to answer. All right, ready? Look. What building do you think this is?
About school.
Tell me a nice sentence.
I think this is about school.
I think it is a school building.
I think it's a school building.
Very good. Show me the picture of the gym. Very good. What is the girl doing?
The girl is reading the book.
She's reading a book and she's doing something else. What else is she doing?
She's bouncing on the
The trampoline.
trampoline.
She's reading a book and jumping on the trampoline.
He's reading the book while he's jumping on the trampoline.
Very, very good. That's right. Okay. What is the teacher doing?
The teacher is reading the book.
The teacher is reading a book too.
The teacher is reading a book too.
Very good. See if you can find the principal's office.
The principal's office is that's the
Very
principal's
good.
office.
How many people are in the principal's office?
2 people are in the office.
Very good. What color is the lady's dress?
The lady dressed in purple.
Very good. Okay. See if you can find the math classroom.
That's the math classroom.
Very good. How many children are in the math classroom?
6 students are in the classroom.
Very good.
For goal D, the child is expected to discuss a familiar topic without visual cues. A topic is selected which is of interest to the child and about which the child is knowledgeable. Lauren, who is 9 years old and 5 years post-implant, is discussing with her teacher facts she learned in a social studies lesson earlier in the week.
Let me ask you some questions about social studies. In social studies, you're talking about the state of
Washington.
Can you tell me where Washington is?
Washington is in the Pacific region.
Washington is in the Pacific region. Wow. Who was the state named after?
The state named after George Washington.
The state was named after George Washington.
The state was named after George Washington.
What part of the country is Washington in?
What?
Do you remember? What part of the country is Washington in? The north, the south, the east?
West.
The west. Very good. Why do people like to go to Washington? What do you think they like to do when they go to Washington?
They like to visit.
They like to visit. What do you think they would look at?
A beautiful lake, mountains, forest.
Forest. Is there a special place to visit in Washington?
National park.
A national park.
A national park.
Tell me about the Space Needle.
The Space Needle is the tallest tower in Washington.
What happens at the Space Needle?
So you can look on the top of the tower.
You can look on the top of the tower.
You can look on the top of the tower.
Would you like to go up? Tell me.
I like to go up.
Okay, I would like to go up in the Space Needle.
I would like to go up in a Space Needle.
Why?
To look at things from Washington.
Okay, very good.
And the Cascade Mountains that divide Washington.
Oh, the Cascade Mountains divide Washington.
The Cascade Mountains divide Washington.
Wow. What's the capital of Washington?
Olympia is the capital of Washington.
Someday, Lauren, you might be able to go to Washington. If you do, I hope you can see all those things.
Maybe. Someday.
Goal E is connected discourse tracking, an activity in which the teacher reads a story and the child repeats verbatim what the teacher has read. The difficulty of the task can be progressively increased by using more difficult materials and by presenting the sentences in longer chunks. Elaine is 8 years old and 1 year post-implant. Tell Again story cards are used for this tracking activity because Elaine is at the beginning level for this skill.
The little old woman.
The gingerbread boy story is very repetitive, so it is a good one for the beginning development of this skill.
Okay, this time,
In this set of materials, the story is on one side of the card and the words are on the other.
We're going to do the story today about the gingerbread man, okay? First, I want you to watch me and you say exactly what I say, okay? A little old woman.
A little old woman.
Old woman.
Old woman.
And a little old man.
And a little old man.
Were lonesome.
Were lonesome.
Very good. I will make a little man.
I will make a little man.
To keep us company.
To keep
us.
Us a company.
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 Mm-hmm. Said the little old woman.
The little old woman.
The little old woman.
The little old woman.
Very good. Okay, this time I want you to listen, okay? Ready? So the little old woman.
So the little old woman.
Made a gingerbread man.
The gingerbread man.
Made a gingerbread man.
Made a gingerbread man.
Out of some spicy dough.
Out of just jar.
Some
spicy
dough.
Icy dough.
Spicy.
Spicy dough.
Very good. After a while.
After a while.
The little old woman.
The little old woman.
Said to the little old man.
And the little old man.
Said to the little old man.
To the little old man.
The gingerbread man.
The gingerbread man.
Must be done.
Must be hot.
Done.
Done.
Good for you. So she opened the oven door.
So she opened the oven door.
And what do you think?
And the gingerbread.
What do you think?
What do you think?
Good. The gingerbread man.
The gingerbread man.
Jumped out on the floor.
Jumped out of the floor.
Good. And began to run.
And he ran.
Began to run.
He ran too fast.
Began to run.
Began to run.
Uh-huh. Look, began.
Began.
To run.
To run.
Very good. Stop, stop, gingerbread man.
Stop, stop, gingerbread man.
Cried the little old woman.
Said the little old woman.
Cried the little old woman.
Cried the little old woman.
And the little old man.
And the little old man.
Very good. Let's do the next card. But the gingerbread man called.
But the gingerbread man called.
Run, run as fast as you can.
Yum, yum, as fast as you can.
Almost. Run, run.
Run, run, as fast as you can.
As you can.
As fast as you can.
As fast as you can.
As fast as you can.
Great. You can't catch me.
You can't catch me.
I'm the gingerbread man.
I'm the gingerbread man.
That was really, really good.
The last segment on this tape illustrates connected discourse tracking at a higher level. Eric, who is 7 years old and 5 years post-implant, listens to a story written at about the 2nd grade level. Note at the end when he tries the same task with his implant off. He tries to fake it, but the teacher does not let him get away with it.
Do you remember the story we were reading the other day? It's about Lionel. This is a different story. It's about the first day of school, okay? Lionel was getting dressed.
Lionel was getting dressed.
For the first day of school,
For the first day of school,
he put on his new shirt,
he put on his green shirt,
new shirt.
new shirt.
He pulled on his new pants.
He put on his new pants.
He pulled on,
He held on,
pulled
put
on his new pants.
on his new pants.
Good. He tied his new shoes tight.
He tied his new shoe tight.
Then he went downstairs.
Then he went to
Downstairs.
beginning,
Downstairs.
downstairs.
Good job. Okay. Now I want you to take your implant off. Okay, we're going to try it again. Everyone else was in the kitchen.
Lionel was getting dressed for the first day of school.
Very smart, but we're on a different page now. Listen. Everyone else was in the kitchen. Okay, listen again. Everyone else. Did you get anything? Everyone. Okay. Do you want to put your implant back on? Okay. Everyone else was in the kitchen.
Everyone else was
In the kitchen.
in the kitchen.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Why?
because I can hear.